My life is tethered to a rolling stone. My dreams are anchored in the wind. I come from here, but come from there. In truth, I come from everywhere. My tongue does not have a mother. My language is an open mind. Before I learned how to walk, I already knew how to fly. Comfort for me is a constant motion. Continent to continent, ocean to ocean.
I don't feel Pakistani. I don't feel Canadian. I definitely don't feel Indonesian or Chinese or Australian. I don't feel American either.
I was born in a hotel, in room, I think it was number 7.
Part of what home is also for me is traveling.
And every time we would drive by the airport in Holland, I would be in tears. There was just such this homesickness for being in an airplane, for going somewhere.
That's the million-dollar question.
So much of my upbringing is here and there.
My origin is Armenian, but I was born in Saudi Arabia.
I was born in Saudi Arabia. I'm Chinese. I carry a Canadian passport.
I was born in Pakistan, and at the age of 3, we made our first move. My family moved to Australia, and we moved to Jakarta, Indonesia, China, Shanghai, Boston for 7 years. I moved to Canada.
Argentina, Jamaica, Philippines.
I've lived in many cities around the world.
Growing up, moving around all over the world, I think my earliest memories are of panic and feeling lost.
I became incredibly restless by the time I was 14. I needed new change, new challenge, because that had been so much a part of my upbringing, I guess.
When you move around a lot, you're not just losing connection to a place, of course, you're also losing connection to the people in that place.
I bounce around like about every 4 or 5 years. That's when I bounce.
One day I want to be in Johannesburg, one day I want to be in Berlin.
It doesn't matter how many friends you have. If you don't have a sense of belonging with them, you will be depressed.
But I didn't really get to be a kid, exactly. I had my own hotel room in Kuwait. I had my own TV. I had my own telephone in the bathroom. I didn't do anything with it because I didn't really have friends who would call me.
I was a child who was alone much of the time, or not really out playing with the other kids. When I moved to Indonesia, the same thing. I escaped to my books. I would read all the time. When I moved to the United States, again, I had the same experience. I withdrew from the college experience by and large. I think I was probably depressed for the entire 4 years of college because I just didn't really feel like I fit in or anybody understood me.
When we are experiencing grief on our own and there's no mirroring of that grief in others around us, we feel very alone with that experience and there's no way to work it through.
Pieces were missing and I needed to understand who I was, where I came from.
Where do I fit in? Where am I from? Why does everybody else know where they're from and I don't know where I'm from?
All the ups and downs, the moving and the multiple attachments, having all that, a part of me really seeks stability.
I didn't have any friends. I was very shy. No one wanted to be my friend.
I would go to a new place and I would feel lost for so long.
I'm perfectly fine just, being unique in that aspect, just, sort of an outsider in the culture.
When you're in the majority, everyone is like, you're the same as us, you're supposed to be like this, what's wrong with you, why aren't you like us?
But even when I moved to Canada 2 years ago, I've had experiences where I felt completely lost and actually devastated as a result of social faux pas and little mistakes that I made in understanding the way people relate to each other in society.
I've tried so hard to fit in. I really tried. I've done everything I possibly can. I've tried to learn this language, tried to be... It's not working.
So when we cannot connect to a place, we cannot work through some of these questions of who we are.